Hey there, awesome developers, hope you are having a great time. Welcome to my very first crash course on this channel. In this crash course, you are gonna learn what Supabase actually is, how to set it up and integrate it in your own React Native apps. Not only this, you will learn how you can create tables inside it, how you can perform CRUD operations using the super simple APIs provided by Supabase. And at the end of this course, we'll dive deep into Supabase storage and buckets, and we'll learn how we can upload images to Supabase storage, and later how we can use the RESTful APIs to fetch the data, fetch the images, and download them, and how we can render them on the UI of our React Native apps. So if all this makes you pumped and excited, do not forget to hit the like button right now and subscribe to this channel. Also, do not forget to turn on the bell icon so that you don't miss any awesome video. Now let us get started and understand what Supabase actually is. So for that, I have basically prepared a Notion documentation for you. So we will go to this documentation later, but let us first see how Supabase describe itself. So Supabase says that build in a weekend and scale to millions, and it basically markets itself as an open source Firebase alternative. So if you have already used Firebase, you must be knowing that Firebase is not an open source alternative. Open source, it is not open source, but Supabase is, and it provides us a Postgres database. And yeah, so here is the homepage of superbase.com, so you can see what all features they are providing right now, though you will get all the features and about Supabase in my Notion documentation, so you can head over to this. I will provide the link in the description as well. So now let us see what Supabase is. So it is an open source alternative to Firebase that provides backend services for building modern mobile and web applications. It is built on top of PostgreSQL, offering real-time data authentication, storage, and serverless functions without needing to manage complex backend infrastructure. So if you have ever worked with backend, or you might have like collaborated with backend developers, then you might be knowing that they write their own APIs, they write their own logics, and then they provide the APIs to the front end developers, right? But in case of but when you're using backend as a services, let's say for Firebase, for example, Firebase and Supabase, they provide their own APIs, so you don't have to write your own custom backend. Rather, you can use their APIs and then just call them inside your front end applications. So this is the whole concept of backend as a services. So why use Supabase? Because they are open source, like they don't have any vendor locking system, and they have a PostgreSQL database, which is a very powerful relational database with support for SQL queries. So if you're someone who already know SQL queries, then it would be like super simple for you. And even if you don't know SQL, then that's not an issue, because backends as a services, which is bars, are meant for these purposes only. Okay, you don't have to like learn the entire SQL and then come to the writing data in Supabase. No, that's not how it works. Instead, even without knowing too much of SQL, you can work with Supabase. And it provides authentication system as well. Like it provides all kind of providers like email and OTP logins, passwordless login, and social logins as well. So yeah, and at the end it provides a storage system also for handling images, videos, and documents. So how does Supabase work? We basically discussed it. It like follows a backend as a service model, which provides an easy to use API to interact with the database and other services. So it has obviously a PostgreSQL database, which we discussed, and it provides a row level security to control access at the row level for users. We will discuss it in the crash course itself. And then it provides authentication, and then we have real-time database storage and edge functions. Okay, so this was a small intro to what Supabase actually is. You can again go to their homepage and see what all features they are providing. And basically now to sign up to Supabase, what you need to do is you need to go to this dashboard sign in link, and over here you can either sign it with GitHub, okay, and or you can basically sign up with your email. So I have already made an account using my email, so I am inside my dashboard, and once you entered your dashboard, you will see this kind of a UI. Here what you can do is you can create a new organization if you want. I have already created an organization by this particular name, and inside organizations you basically create new projects. Okay, so I can create a new organization as well, but that's not needed for now. And yeah, one thing also, like they have different plans for the usage. So here we have the free plan, okay, which basically they won't charge us even a single dollar. And for the pricing, you can see this particular page. I will add the link in the description. So for the free tier, they have $0 per month, and you can have unlimited API request, 5,000 MAU, which is monthly active users, and all these specifications you can read over here. And then if you want to upgrade, then we have $25 per month plan, and this one 599. So all the tiers, they basically gives different specification, like the disk size get increased in this one, and that bandwidth, they provide more bandwidth in the paid plan. But for this tutorial, we are going to use the free plan only, and I'm not gonna like create a new organization. Rather, I would work with my old organization only, and I would create a new project. So here you will see your organization name. For the project name, I'm gonna use Bookshare. You can use whatever project name you want to. For the password, choose a strong one. Cool. And now for the region, you can select whatever is the closest to you. For me, this one is the closest, hence I'm gonna use this one, and click on create new project. Now once your project is ready, you will see this UI where you see your project name over here, and basically you are welcomed by the Supabase team. So, and we get a message that our project has been deployed on its own instance with its own API all set up and ready to use. So now they are telling us that get started by building out your database. So first we are going to create a table. Okay. So yeah, let us start by creating the table.